Well, hello everyone and welcome to Diamond Art with Dal. Today we have an unbagging to do, unboxing, whatever you like to call it. Basically an unboxing video. Ta-da! And I've got, I think two. I'm pretty sure I've got two. I purchased these ones off Aliexpress. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to add links, but anyway. Have a look on Aliexpress. There's lots of different ones you can check out there. Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss, to be honest. So yeah, it's a little bit of a gamble getting things off there. But I did like these images, so I went and grabbed them anyway because I've got a bit of a fan in this department. So yeah, so I went for the gamble and went and grabbed some off Aliexpress. As I say, you can get some good ones there, and sometimes you don't. So you gotta. Ooh, risk it. Jeepy woobies. Alright, let's have a look what I got from Aliexpress. Oh, these are all stuck together. As I said, you never know what you're going to get from this place. So they've actually stuck the toolboxes down to the rest of it with some tape. So I'm going to just sort of snip them off there. Alright, so I've got some pretty groovy looking toolkits to be said. Nice pouring tray. Looks like my wax has had a bit of fun melting away and made a little mould there, whatever. I've got a multi-placer, pen, pink pen but with a multi-placer and some tweezers in there. So not a bad little kit. And I've got another one over on this side as well. So I'm going to unstick that off of there as well. Oh, that's pretty groove. And I've got a little bonus one in here. And you can have a little look at that. I've got a little bonus keychain thing in this one. But the rest is pretty much the same. And I've got a little Pikachu keychain, which makes all sense once you see these particular diamond paintings. Alrighty, let's have a look at what we got here. All bundled up together. Stick. Rightio, let's open this one first. Why not? Now, these ones are a 30 by 40, and they are a full drill. You know what, they actually look like they are a 30 by 40. They're not a canvas, they're actually a 30 by 40 image by the looks of it. How good's that? Take that out of the plastic. Sprinkle that thing somewhere else. It's gone now. Oh wow, this is going to be awesome. Let's have a look at this. Hey, I think I might have got a win here. 19 colours. I wasn't expecting a lot of colours. Maybe. Some drills. It's a bit curly-whirly. Going to have to go out a little bit, aren't I? So we can see it. On the trash on the sidelines. I'm a bit skewy with all the camera. Hang on, let's get it right a bit. There we are. There we go. I'm going to move that out of the road. That is the drills. Oh, that's interesting sort of packaging, isn't it? Stick that to the side. We might just relax the canvas a wee tad. If you can tell what this is, if you are a Pokemon fan, you will pick this one pretty quick. But if you're not, well, it might be a little bit trickier. Really. Look at that. That's pretty darn cool. So I've got a full white background, which I'm not exactly loving, but anyway, I can muck around with that and do my own thing. That's all good. But the actual size and image detail, I suppose, is what I'm looking for as a word. There's a word. Looks pretty reasonable for its size. Oopsie daisy. Now, that's definitely got some good glue. It's a bit bumpy, but I think giving some time to relax, it'll settle all down. I've got, for details of this one, I've got some thumbnails and I've got charting. So I've got 2 of each for each side. So that's pretty groovy. 19 colours. I've got all sorts of wacko symbols. Look at that. That's my chart, and I've got all sorts of fun things going on. DMC codes. That's really shiny with the plastic on it. Let's see if we can get rid of that. That's a bit better, isn't it? Not by much, but it's a bit better. I've got some letters, M, T, J, but also got and signs and hearts and U-bolts and all sorts of fun things in there as well. But pretty well printed. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, this one is actually, it looks to be true 30 by 40. So there you go, it's a 30 by 40. Let's give a look at the thumbnail. There is the character. This is a Pokemon. It's kind of cool. All right. I've also got a chart down here and thumbnail. All the same sort of details, of course. But you can see that's printed nicely. Lots of yellows and orange colours and so forth. It's a bit crinkly, but I think once you settle it down under some weight and so forth, it will be fine. And a really, really well printed chart by the looks of it. Some funky symbols. But that's okay. We can live with that. But yeah, I like the image. It looks really good. Okay, let's have a bit closer look at everything. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of it. Right, where are we? Right in the middle of it all. Now you can see I've got some, as I said, some really sort of funky looking symbols going on there. And so forth, but they are printed quite well. Amongst some letters. This might be a little bit harder to read around the character's leg, where I've got very dark hearts for whatever reason. They're printed at black. Is it hearts? Or is it, no, it's, yeah. Those ones are hearts, and then they sort of go in. See, this is what I'm saying. It gets a bit tricky here. Try not to make it shine so we can see it properly. But if you have a look, I've got sort of hearts characters going down, and then into this part of the leg it goes into the clubs symbol for like on a deck of cards, and they're both dark, like they're printed black there, but on here, trying to reduce as much shine as possible, you can see they've got actually a negative print. So they should really technically be printed in a negative format on here as well. But they're not. So there you go. I would have thought. Does that make sense? I think that's what I'm looking at. I think that's what I'm supposed to be looking at. That's what makes sense to me anyway. Just, as I said, I'm just looking at this for the very first time. So maybe once I, and I'm upside down. Maybe once I have a bit more closer look, it might make a difference. Sort of thing, but to me that's what I think is going on. Yeah. So that's a little bit tricky, I suppose, but you can work it out. But it would be nicer if they were actually, the hearts were actually white with a black background, I suppose, rather than how they actually are, where they've got sort of a light circle background on the black heart. Interesting. That will be a bit of a, I don't know, just something to be mindful when drilling it up. It's a little bit different. Hopefully it just covers up well anyway, and then I don't have to worry about it. Going up through here, the body part of the character, I've got some hash symbols and so forth. As you can see, lots of different things there. Going into the face. Bit of colour blocking going on. Quite a bit. So you can see why they gave us a multi-placer. Because then you've got all this background. It's all just one colour white. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, you can just do this all in a white bead, but I've in the past I've used glitter in my backgrounds, like when I've done this. Instead of doing all this drilling, I've actually just used the background glue and just poured glitter on it, and it's actually come up really well. You can also cover it and then re-glue it and then put the glitter on if you want to do that as well. So it is alternatives to having a completely white background like that if you don't want to drill it up. Although it does look very effective having it all drilled up. Oh look, I've got a little star off my table. And if you can get them nice and straight, if you're talented, unlike myself, and get them nice and straight, they look really good, all white drills actually. It does look nice, but yeah, I don't get them on real straight, although I try. But this will look rather poppin' and cool. Yeah. And it is very nice. Alrighty. I think it's sticking to itself. It's got so much tape everywhere. Now I have got in here some drills, so we might have a look at those just quickly. And I've got an inventory sheet with this one as well. I haven't had one of them for a while. Where is the edge? My goodness. There we go. Are these all loose? Oh no. Alright, so I've got my inventory sheet for what it is. So if you can't read that table, you have a, oopsie, it's gone again. You have this whole inventory sheet printed out for you as well, which is rather nice. Nice and big and easy to read. And it also tells you how many bags of each colour you're going to receive, because they're all individual little bags. Not a big fan of that, but anyway. There you go, you can tick them all off as well. And you've got your DMC codes and things, as well as a small thumbnail, how to do, and all that sort of information as well. So it's only a fairly small piece of paper, but it's very handy to have, and you can stick that on the top, I don't know, somewhere near your desk or work area, and you can use it as a bit of a guide as well. Now, the drills for this one, I'm dropping them. Oh, let's go some more. Come in these little individual packages, and they have the gold writing on them, and it will give you the DMC code, so you'll be able to identify your bags through that. The drills are looking pretty neat and tidy, but you can say sometimes it's a bit hard to see this gold writing. It's printed down the bottom. Probably one of the things I don't fancy about these bags, but when they are in the middle and easy to read and haven't been scratched off, they're all right. Obviously I'm going to have heaps and heaps of white, so we're not going to go through all the white. Goodness me. Yeah, so you've got things like that one there. It's a little bit hard to read, but you can get there. 3, 7, 7, goodness me. Anyway, you get the idea. Some burgundies, some tans. And so you can check off all your drills that way, and it gives you a count on how many bags is in it as well. It's pretty red. Some tans, some browns, some smoky rose colours, reds and whites, nice and bright, aren't they? Lots more white. but in general the drills have got a nice quality, what I can tell through the packet. More white. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it is a little bit tricky, some of these numbers where they are placed on the bag, and some are scratched off a little bit. Yeah, some good colours now. I don't think we need to go through any more of them. I'll have to do a bit of a check later. Yeah, there you go. Gives you a bit of an idea of the drills in this particular kit. As I said, it's a bit hit and miss, these sort of things you get on these websites, but you can usually still drill up a really nice image. But I do like the actual canvas, so it's good. This I'm not so keen on, but oh well. Once you kit up, it doesn't make any difference really. Once it's all sorted out and set up. But this is very, very handy because it's a great little guide, I think, to help you work out all those loose bags. Because I said on the side that tells you got 1 or 2 or whatever amount of bags to look for each colour, your DMC code and your symbol. So you've got something else to help you work that L out. So that's really also a good little bonus to have with all those loose drills. So I'm going to pop that back in there. Seal up the bag. There we have it. So that's that one. That's pretty good. Not a bad kit. What I paid for them anyway. I think they weren't too dear. I can't even remember. I've been buying so many things at the moment. So many orders going on and off. I have no idea anymore. It's the time of year, isn't it? The bank balance is going to have a heart attack. Rightio. Where is the end of this? So I've got tape there, so I'm sticking around, dipping around with it. Where are you? Alright. Come on. Is that it? No, I think that's just tape. Yep, that's just tape from the toolkit we're hanging off it. Let's do the other end. You know, I've got scissors there. You will just get chopped off. You get tucked in there. No wonder they couldn't figure it out. Don't confuse Del. It doesn't take a lot. Stop it. Alright, big on with the rattly paper. Golly. Alrighty. On to the next one. Or the last one at that. So this one is a 30 by 40 as well. It is of the same nature, so it's going to be very similar. I've got some more, oopsie, I've got some more drills, and they're all exactly the same style, packaging, whatever you like to call it. And this one is also a bit firm on it. We're just going to pop out just a bit more. Come on, out you go. And this one, oh, that's interesting. Ta-da! Got him all. Hang on, let's just go a little bit more. So this one is another Pokemon, and so this is another Eevee evolution. And this one is another 30 by 40. Another full drill. It's going to again have another white background, but this time the image is taking up a lot more of the canvas. So yeah, we're going to take off a little bit less of that white background. And this one is an Umbreon. Oh, yeah, that's how you say it. We have got 23 colours this time round. So a few more colours to play with. A lot more shading around the back of the character as well. And it's got this little cloud and so forth. So that's pretty awesome. Again, I've got a really big variety of different kind of symbols going on. I've got the same issue here with the hearts, where I've got the hearts that are dark, which are printed on the, what do you call it? The chart is white, and the same with the clubs, it's done the same thing. So that sort of issue is going across the board for these canvases. I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway. But there we go. That is that image. It looks pretty cool. You can tell by the patterns and that what it is. If you are a Pokemon fan, you'll pick that up pretty well. It's not bad for its size. It's got a little bit of detail there. And it is a true 30 by 40 image. So that's also a nice little bonus. Canvas is quite stiff, but it's got a nice cover of red sticky stuff. So I should be able to settle that down fairly well. Okay, let's get through some of the details. I like the colours and that, and the print wise is nice and vibrant in these too. That's awesome. Got some nice vibrant colours. Okay, let's come over here and I'll show you the thumbnail. Now I've got one on this side, I've got one down on the other side, but on the bottom of the canvas. Down here. I've gone off to Narnia. So I've got everything down here as well. Not the best way to show it, is it? But anyway, let's move some of this plastic to the side so I'm not glaring. Rightio. So that is the thumbnail. It's a decent sort of size image. And then I have all the charting as well along this side. And I have my number, sticky. I have my number, my codes or symbols I should say, and then I have my DMC numbering as well down this side. So that's pretty good. 23 in total. So there we go. Let's just, which way we got to go? That way a little bit. There we go. So we've got 23 in total. Once again, I've got a real mixed bag of the symbols and so forth. Closer look at those. Well printed and everything, but they are a strange bunch. A few letters as well, but yeah, we've got as I said, the hearts, the clubs, we've got U-turns and arrows and stuff like that, and hashtags. So that's a nice mixed bundle of symbols. It's got some nice print there, and it's also got some good print on the actual canvas. So I might just set it down. So I don't know why I'm going up in the air. We'll get real close and personal to it, best I can anyway. Here we go. There we are. We'll have a bit of a look here. Now you can see in some of this, I suppose it's technically some of the background areas where some of the symbols are very different and unique and mixed up. But they're alright, at least they're different. Here is where I was talking about some of the hearts and so forth. It's very dark here, but it's actually printed as a light symbol, like in a white, but it's coming across here as a dark print. Just something to be mindful about when you're working on it. Once you connect the two, I think you'll be fine. Lots of detail and symbol changes down here. So I said it's got some nice colour. And they're not badly printed, the symbols. They're not too fuzzy or anything like that. So these other ones should probably in the dark area be a negative print. Might have been easier to read. It's a bit bendy and needs a bit straightening out, but what you're going to do, give it a a bit of a tug. There we go. Settling down a bit. Again, thumbnail and charting down this other side, down the bottom of the canvas. And then you've got a whole heap of this white background to fill out. And that's why we got those multi-places in those toolkits. But as I said, these are these kits you can just do your own thing with, as I said, and you can just do what you want with these sort of backgrounds if you don't want to drill them up. Get creative, whack some glitter on there, do something else, that's alright. You don't have to drill it if you don't want to. I think so, you have to do it that way. You really don't want to do that white background. Nothing to say you can't even just do that the image itself and then even just cut this out and then stick it onto a whole nother board if you wanted to. You can do what you like with these things when it's your project. I think that's the beauty of it. These are kits and you can just go from there. These stars want to keep coming back from everywhere. Goodness me. But yeah, in general, it really is good. Alright, pretty good, happy with that. Alright, I've got the same kind of drill situation again. I've got another inventory, so I'm going to check that out a little bit with you guys. I will have to go through it properly off camera, I think, just to be sure. Most times I never have a trouble, but you know, you should probably check these things when you get them. Because I guarantee if you don't, there'll be the one time it's missing colours. Alrighty, let's have a look at you. I like this though, this is handy. I don't know why, I think it's a nice little idea, a little touch. I mean, it doesn't take much to pop, whoopsie, there it goes. It doesn't take much to put something like this in the kit, but it is a very helpful guide, I think, just to have a nice big print of all your symbols and DMCs and things like that. You can, as I said, you can put this separately around your work area and check on it, and that way you can set your actual canvas up in different sort of ways and still have access to all your symbols nice and easily. And it's a little bit bigger, and it gives you indication as well on how many bags and stuff like that, as well as adding those little things like how to diamond paint. It's very small. It is pretty much, I don't know if that's even readable, you know, but it's got the images there, so it's something, I suppose. There you go. Let's pop that to the side. And once again, I'm using all these little bags. I said I'm not a real fan of all these individual little plastic bags, and the numbers are a little bit hard to read sometimes on them. Some are just fine, but you get the odd one. But usually the drill quality is pretty good with these styles, so that's the main thing really at the end of the day. And you can pop these all in your kit up and containers, or whatever the heck you call them. And then once you do that, you're right anyway. Ta-da! Lots of blues. A little bit of these mustard colours as well. Touch of purple there as well. There you go, purple colours. Obviously some, oh, is it black or no? It's 939. So almost black. Does it have black? No. There you go. It doesn't actually have black in this one. You would think so, but it's not. is it? No, 939 is the dark colour for this one, and 934. They're your real dark colours for this particular painting. So technically no 310. There you go. Lots of yellows and whites and so forth. Pop them all over there. Ooh, look at that burgundy. That's a pretty colour. Oops, I am too close. There we go. And some blues and lots, quite a lot of this white or creamy colour. It's not really a white, it's more of a cream tone for the background. Voila! Anyway, so that is all of those drills there. I'll have a bit of a look and play with them in a moment to make sure they're all there. As I said, they've got just the little DMC numbers written on them. And for the most part, they're pretty good to read. You get the odd ones, as I said, put you in a funny spot, but you know, you can figure it out. For the most part. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, let me put these back in the bag. Or whatever you call this thing. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. 1, 2, skip a few. Is that all of them? Ta-da! Pop you in there as well. Actually, I want to fold you that way so I can tell what these drills are for. That's the other little plus of those things. Nice quick reference to what these drills are. And the drills aren't in the road, of course. Here we go. So let's have a quick recap of what we got today. I got this one, the round drills, and I got this other one here as well. And they are a nice little pair. They make a nice little set, really. Both round drill, both 30 by 40. They are both the same size in canvas, where the canvas is the 30 by 40, not the image. And yeah, so they will make a lovely little set or pair of little Pokemon characters to put together, basically. So they're going to be a really nice little set. And yeah, there is different evolutions, of course, of this particular Pokemon character, but these are a couple of favourites, so that's why I got these particular ones. But yeah, there is quite a few out there if you go hunting around. But yeah, so I did purchase these fair while ago and they took a while to get here, so fingers crossed you might be able to find them on Aliexpress again. Unfortunately, I can't do links. I don't know how to on Aliexpress. It's just too damn hard, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, have a look around on Aliexpress. That's where I got these ones from. I'm sure you can find them on many other websites as well, but yeah, that's where I happen to actually purchase these. But anyway, that's that. I thought I'd share you these ones because they're kind of cute, and I got a little bonus keychain with that as well, and some nice kits, and I'll be able to use those trays because they're quite handy. There we go. Well, there we go. That is those two I got from Aliexpress. I do hope you enjoyed looking at those two with me. Yeah, and thank you very much for joining me here today, and I'll just say thank you very much for watching. Stay well, be safe, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.